Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. And this time we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Last Jedi Force Link Starter Set. And this is from the new Star Wars The Last Jedi toy line from Hasbro from 2017. So the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the packaging. Take a look at the packaging. This is kind of cool. I mean, I do like the new Star Wars The Last Jedi style packaging with the white and the red Star Wars lettering. I think this picture of the kid is kind of stupid, but it does show off what you're getting in here. Nice pictures of Rey and Finn and BB-8. And it does say over here, it says, wear Force Link to activate light, sound, and more in 30 plus toys. Bring the galaxy to life. And you do get a Kylo Ren action figure with this because it's the starter set. So you get a figure plus this device. And it says the Force Link starter set right here. As we go on to the back, it's more just advertising. It kind of just advertises other things. It's, it says that you can activate every Force Link figure, weapon sound effects, motion activated, activated lights and sound, and it just shows some of the stuff, like there's a play set and stuff and different things in here. So pretty basic. This is very similar to me. I mean, obviously I haven't opened this up and taken a look at it just yet, but it seems to be on par with the Comlink stuff they had from the Episode 1 figures. If you can remember that, I mean, the gimmick with these figures now is this Force Link, and you have to purchase this this device. So, but let's get this guy opened up. Alright, so getting the Force Link starter set open and out of its package, this is essentially what you get. So on the left you have the Force Link device, and the right they actually gave you a Force Link figure of the masked Kylo Ren, which is the only way you can get a masked Kylo Ren so far with the Last Jedi toy line, which is really cool. The unfortunate thing with this set is this is a $29.99 set, so it really depends on how you like this type of thing, or if you really want this figure, because I don't think the Force Link works as good as it's supposed to, which will kind of show that in a little bit. But I mean, here we have the actual device. This device actually, and it's on right now, so it might be talking because I pushed it by accident. But to start it up, all you do is you just hit a button, and basically what you do is you actually wear this on your, right above, like you wear this on your arm. It's kind of hard to show on the camera. You wear it like this, and you strap it to your arm. And then by holding the figure, this sensor right here is supposed to pick up the figure, and by moving it forward and back, you get the figure to talk and do different actions. It doesn't seem to work real good. They have a very specific manual on that comes with it that does show kind of how to do that. So it shows that they want you on your arm. It says pick up the figure to activate, and it says see hand placement, like it's supposed to be something very specific, but like I said, I've tried this, it doesn't seem to work. It also says you can move the figure forward and side to side to activate, and continue tapping the force link for more stuff. And it just doesn't seem to be responsive, which we'll show in a little bit. But so that's the actual device. I mean, nothing too crazy. And like you'll see here, we have the outside. You have the little LED lights when it is on, and this you just tap this section to get it to do something, and then this moves back and forth. You'll see on the other side is kind of just plain, and it has a nice little strap. Now I am an adult, and this does strap, and it does fit me. It's a little bit tight, but I mean this would fit an adult. I also tried this. I had one of my children try this to use this to see maybe if it was because my hands were too big and the force thing just didn't pass through, and that's not the case at all. So most of the time it's just better to have this device and you just push it, put it right up next to the character, which is kind of crappy because they've done this type of stuff before. They did this with the episode 1. They had something very similar, and it seemed to function a little better. You actually got it to do it when you wanted to do it, and that was the Comtech chip reader. But as far as Kylo Ren, really nice figure. I like the way he looks. I like the mask look. I like that we got, you know, a mask look. It's just it's crappy. You have to pay $30 to get it. But as you can see, he looks really good. He's got a nice lightsaber, which it looks pretty similar. I'll probably compare all these to each other eventually, or do like a whole rundown of all the Kylo Ren figures that have been released so far through all the toy lines. But he looks really good. So this guy looks really good. He's got his sword looks good. You know, decent articulation, you know, for this guy. I mean, it's got the 5 points, but I mean, it's pretty good the way they have him done. So, you know, he's got that ball joint head, which you can pull off and put it on any other figure like I've shown before. And then he's got forward and back, and then legs move forward and back, and he does not have any waist articulation. So, but he does look really good. I mean, definitely very slender, you know, a little bit, you know, it looks different, the tunic look. He looks a lot more slender compared to some of the other ones that we've had before. They seem to be at least a little bit thicker. Maybe his arms look a little thinner this time. He does come with like an actual cloak. It's not a cape, it's an actual like cloak. And it doesn't seem to fit him that well. It fits this character better than it did the actual mask Kylo Ren. As you'll see, he looks just like that. And I like that they have like the tattered look on his cape, just like the other Kylo Ren figure. And I think they did a very good job with that. But let's take a closer look. Take a look at his head. You can see the good detail in his mask. I mean, very similar to the other ones. Like I said, I'll do an actual probably comparison to all masked figures together, as well as all the unmasked figures. But looks really good. I definitely do like that. He looks very clean for a 3 3/4 inch figure. I like how they molded in the different like thread patterns on his tunic and his cloak. I mean, as far as, you know, the face and stuff like that, looks absolutely, you know, fantastic so far. Lower body is pretty much always where these guys falter. It's just the way it always is. You know, when you have any kind of tunic and stuff like that with some of these 3 3/4 inch figures, it just looks kind of silly right here at the bend. Right here, you got a lot of clunky stuff. And you can see that with the force link turning off. But this is, you know, the tunic right here. You can definitely see he doesn't have those longer cloak that goes down here like some of the other figures in the Force Awakens did. So it's a little bit of a cleaner looking figure, and it doesn't look as funky when you spread his legs. But I mean, this section down by his, you know, his crotch essentially has got those, you know, awful joint marks, which is just, it looks kind of clunky and bad. Lightsaber looks really good. The hilt looks really slimline compared to some of the stuff I remember from the Force Awakens. I mean, and this blade is straighter than I got with the Kylo Ren that was unmasked, the regular Kylo Ren figure from this toy line. Just based on that clamshell, it kind of made the little side part stick out and like kind of curve. And this one is a much nicer looking, you know, straight lightsaber so far. But it's just, that was just the packaging of the other figure. But, you know, really good. I like the molding in the blade, the way they make it look, where it's kind of, you know, not like a normal lightsaber. It's got that chunky, like, churning look to it when it's on, and I think they did a good job representing that in this toy. The other thing you will notice is every figure in the Last Jedi toy line that has this Force Link ability on their foot has this little Force Link logo on there, so you can notice that. Now, obviously, you're not going to get that with any of the Black Series figures, as well as the the 6-inch and 3 3/4 inch. I'm assuming you get them with the double packs. I really didn't look at the packaging well, but you know, you can just double check by checking their feet. All right, let's try and get this guy to work correctly. Like I said, it'll work. It's just very inconsistent. You kind of move the lighting so I can reach in there. So I've got it on my arm just like this, and see the strap. I didn't tighten the strap tight enough, but there we go. Try and get this on there so it fits just right, so I can bend my forearm. The idea is you're supposed to be able to grab the figure, so we're going to push the button. We're going to push it. See if it'll turn it on. Come on. No, I can't get it to turn on. See, it's so sporadic. There, I tapped it real hard, and then you're supposed to be able to just grab the figure, and I'm holding it just like in that drawing. Got this up here, and I'm moving it, and nothing's happening. It just doesn't read the figure. You almost have to tap it. You almost have to tap it to get it to do that. And like I said, it's not because of the size and the thickness of my hands. I've had a child try to do this, and let's try it again. So we're sitting there, we're wearing it correctly, just like you're supposed to, and nothing's happening. We're moving it, we're shaking it. Let's try and tap it. Doesn't work. Thing fell off. Doesn't kind of do any kind of recognition, but it is still on. If I put it up close to Kylo Ren,
show me again the power of the darkness.
It'll work. So I mean, it does not work as advertised. And I've tried 2 different units. And let's try and push in the button. You're supposed to
tap. You know what I've come for. Where is it? Put every hanger I've locked out. I've been waiting for this day for a long time. Find them. You know what I've come for. Where is it?
Try and move it. See if we can get him to.
Put every hanger I've locked out. Show me again the power of the darkness.
Try and move it forward and back. You're supposed to. I've seen it make lightsaber sounds. It is not planning on doing that for me. Try and move it different ways. I mean, it just doesn't do what it's supposed to. There we go. Super inconsistent. Like I said, it does not work correctly the way it's supposed to. You can't get it to really do what you want it to do. Like with the Comlink chip reader from the episode 1, you can kind of cycle through all the stuff and get it to say what you want it to say. This is kind of almost random and sporadic, which is really unfortunate. The one good thing is I've used this on some of my other reviews before I've actually reviewed it here. This Kylo Ren with the mask sounds like Kylo Ren from the movie. He is the only figure so far that I've seen that actually sounds the way he's supposed to sound. The unmasked one doesn't sound correct. Luke Skywalker sounds ridiculous. Rey doesn't. Rey sounds like she's British, and that's about it. It doesn't really sound good. And we have some of those, so we can try some of those here. So let's try the unmasked Kylo Ren. Let's see if it actually worked for me.
I feel the power of the Force.
Very generic. Come on.
I know what I have to do. You will bring Luke Skywalker to me.
So that's the way that sounds. Here we have Rey.
I feel the Force.
See, I wasn't even moving it side to side. It was just doing that noise. Come on, dude. Trying to get her to talk again. Come on. Now
He can't appear.
There we go. And then Luke Skywalker here.
May the Force be with you.
He sounds way younger than he's supposed to. Doesn't sound like Mark Hamill at all.
May the Force be with you.
Come on.
Come. I'll show you the true meaning of the Force. Trust your instincts. Come. I'll show you the true meaning of the Force.
Just, you know, it's a shame the way this thing works. Or I guess doesn't work for that matter. It's very inconsistent. And that's real unfortunate considering it's a $29.99 product at Toys R Us. I've seen it for $24.90 something at Walmart, but that's still no excuse. This thing does not work as advertised. For size comparison, here we have the masked Kylo Ren that comes with this Force Link starter set with the Kylo Ren, just basic 3 3/4 inch figure. Obviously one's masked, one's unmasked. Like I said, this is the only way right now you can get a masked Kylo Ren figure from the Last Jedi toy line. Obviously you can get them from the Force Awakens toy line, and they even have one in Rogue One, which is absolutely phenomenal. But this is the only way to get the masked one in this toy line so far. It comes with this Force Link starter set, and then, you know, we have this guy which comes separately. But, you know, the figure, great figure. I love this Kylo Ren figure. I think it looks good for a masked Kylo Ren. This is obviously the best you're going to get so far, and it's very good. I do like the way it, you know, way it looks. I like the lightsaber. Everything looks good. I mean, having these here and just looking at them, the lightsaber looks to be painted, or looks to be a tad bit different than the other, than the unmasked Kylo Ren we have here. But this is just for size comparison. You can see, you know, everything fits into scale pretty good. As far as the reader, I mean, visually it looks cool right there. This thing is a piece of junk. It does not work as advertised. It's so sporadic. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do. I don't like it. It's clunky on the hand. It doesn't make, you know, even for with kids, like I said, I've done with kids as well. It just, you know, the way it's supposed to fit on your hand and work, it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't work as advertised. Like I said, it works when it wants to work. And it's crazy because this is a $30 product. I mean, even if you say that this, you know, let's just say that the figure, you know, which is typically $8.99, let's just say it's $10. We just bumped that up to $10. You're paying $20 for that reader, which is an absolute piece of crap, and it's real unfortunate. I mean, stay away from this stuff. The only reason I even got one of these is I wanted to be able to show what the different characters say when I review these figures. I kind of knew this was going to be bad before. I hadn't seen anything about it, you know, but I purchased this knowing that more than likely it was going to be a rip-off, and I was dead on. Stay away from this. Like I said, you know, if you want to know what these characters say, you can watch my other reviews. I always, with the 3 3/4 inch, if they have a Force Link, I will show and do as best I can to get them to say all the different sayings. But piece of garbage. Like I said, the figure's great. If you want to buy a $30 Kylo Ren figure, which is essentially what you're getting here, definitely buy this thing. If not, stay away from this. But once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.